Hi everyone, my name is Kenny. Welcome back once again to Kingdom Children Intercessor. So today I'm going to be reading from the book of Genesis chapter 18 verse 19. So the Bible says that, for I know him that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the will of the Lord, to do justice and judgment, that the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he has spoken of him. So God was saying that I know Abraham, that is going to command his children after him. Now, God did not say that I know that Abraham will command his children after him, God. You see, so God was saying that I know that Abraham will command his children after him, not God, after Abraham. That means Abraham has set a good standard. Abraham has set a good example that God had to look down from heaven and say, oh no, Abraham, if your children can be like you, I am okay. If your maid servant and your main servant can be like you, I am okay. So you can see God was boasting of Abraham. You know, like Abraham has set a standard. Like God was like, oh Abraham, I am okay if your children can be like you. He had so much set a good standard. God was like, oh, I am so proud of you. Say, I know Abraham that he will command his children after him. You know, after him, Abraham, not after God. So God, even God himself was so happy, was so satisfied with the standard that Abraham had set. You understand? Like, in other words, we can say that God was trying to say that, Abraham, if you can command your children to be like you, if your children can just be like you, I am okay. So Abraham had set a good example. Abraham had set a good standard for his children, for his maid servant, for his maid servant. Now, can God boast of you as a mother? Can God boast of you as a father? Can God look at you as a mother and say, oh, I know you, Rebecca, that you will command your children to be like you. Like, oh, it gives me so much joy that God loved the standard that Abraham had set. You know, God was so happy with the standard that God is saying, oh, if your children can be like you, I will be happy. Can God boast of you as a father? Can God boast of you as a mother? Can God say, oh, I know you, Deborah. I know you, Rebecca. I know you, Esther. I know that you will command your children to be like you. So Abraham had set a very good example. So we as fathers and as mothers, what example are we setting for our children? Spiritually, what example are you setting? Physically, what example are you setting? Emotionally, what example are you setting? Can God look at you and say, oh, if your children can be like you, I am satisfied? Can God look at you and say, if your children can just take after you, if your children can serve me the way you serve me, I am satisfied? We as fathers and mothers, can God look at you and say, I know him, I know her, that he will command our children after her? I leave you with that question to go and ponder over it. Can God boast of me as a father? Can God boast of me as a mother? God bless you so much for listening. Stay tuned for more videos on our channel. God bless you. Bye.